Hey everyone, Mark Hespin here. Follow me on all social media. You know the drill, at Mark Hespin. Like and subscribe to YouTube. All right, here we go. Post week 5 in the NFL, the Bears 3-2 after demolishing the Panthers. This video is the easiest one I've had to make so far this year. I want to congratulate the Chicago Bears for the first time in a long time doing something that they were actually supposed to do, that we hoped they do, that we predicted they do, that they should have done. They took an inferior opponent into their building and they crushed them, demolished them. One of my favorite things about this game was the fact that the Bears, looking back at it now, were down 7-0. As I was recapping this Bears victory over the Carolina Panthers, obviously Bryce Young getting into the game, there's some fun moments. The defense playing really solid, especially against the pass. Huge pass breakups, good pressure on Andy Dalton, but I really want to go back to the fact that this Bears team got the ball. They start 3 and out. It looked ugly. It looked typical Chicago Bears start to the game. Here we go again. No points in the first quarter. And then what happens? 3 and out punt. Chuba Hubbard breaks a big run. The Bears are down 7-0. Couple minutes into this game. And it's like, oh my God. I think I tweeted out like, this is not fun. This is awful, and rightfully so. Like, it was a frustrating start. And then what happens? They locked in, they up-tempo, and absolutely pedal to the metal, blew out the Panthers from there on out. I think they scored touchdowns on 4 of their next 5 drives. And that is exactly what we, I think, needed to see from the Chicago Bears team, right? We've seen the glimpses of it in a couple of the wins so far. It's like, ooh, there's something there. There's something fun there. Obviously, the defense is incredibly good, and we'll talk more about that here in a second. It's kind of the crux of the video. But I want to start off by just saying that is what I needed to see from this Chicago Bears team. You go down at home, inferior opponent after a slow start, and what do? You say, no panic. Let's get DJ Moore involved. And let's get going. Love to see Cole Kmet as involved as he was in the second half as well. Obviously, DeAndre Swift now is on a 2-game tear. I hope this continues on for a rest of the season tear for DeAndre Swift. He's really come alive in this offense. And I love that they simplified the running back rotation. DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, boom. That's your tandem. Especially in the goal line carries, it looks like Roschon's going to get goal line carries. And I love that Shane Waldron's basically like, listen, I had a really bad play call and a really bad moment with the option thing. And now for 2 weeks in a row, when they're in the goal with like first and goal with like 5 yards in, it is heavy package. It's jumbo. It is man-on-man football. And shout out to the offensive line since Pryor came in, Bill Murray coming in. This offensive line now that Nate Davis doesn't have to play except for like, oh, quickly throw him in there. Tevin Jenkins gets beat up and then Jenkins gets back in. It has been vastly better. It's still a very average offensive line, but with these weapons and that defense and the quarterback seeing and growing the way he is, as I said last week, an average offensive line for this team means wins. Does it mean Super Bowl? No, but it means winning games in the fashion they should win games, like how they beat the Panthers. Quickly talk about Caleb. Fantastic performance. Love the pushing the ball down the field. Love the 2 touchdown passes to DJ Moore. Obviously, the first one wide open, great route, great concept, and he threw a dime to DJ so he could hit him in stride, and DJ could make the play and get in the end zone. The second throw to DJ Moore, the touchdown pass, that is top tier level, Aaron Rodgers-esque, his idol throws in the NFL that great quarterbacks can make. So huge progressions from Caleb in that way. I'd love to see Caleb and Keenan Allen get on the same page. A lot of it probably has to do with the fact that the rough start, the missing. It just still feels like he has moments with Rome. He has moments with Cole Kmet. Now he's having moments with DJ Moore. We're still waiting for that, like, oh, this is the Keenan Allen game. 8 catches on 9 targets, and it's just these guys are clicking and they are tearing apart a defense. That may not come till after Thanksgiving. I'm still waiting for that as far as this offense goes. That's the positive stuff on there. I will say now the crux of this video, it's in the title here, is Matt Eberflus the guy? Is Matt Eberflus proving that this is the style of football that he's going to coach. He's going to bring the culture he's going to bring. Should we get on board the Matt Eberflus train? No, not yet. Obviously, we need to see Matt Eberflus through Thanksgiving, through the end of the year. He had some really bad moments with some bad challenge flags, a couple clock management stuff, and obviously the slow start is still on him and this staff. Yeah, I know you hire Shane Waldron and you just let him go, but where's your identity still as the head coach, the imprint? I'll say this about Matt Eberflus. What is turning the tide for me is obviously the stats we've all seen, right? Top scoring, like holding opponents to 21 or under in 10 straight games. They're leading the league in that. Since basically Montez Sweat came into the fold, this defense has been a top 5 defense in the NFL, especially now to start this year, leading in takeaways and sacks and all these top 5 and all of those numbers, points per game. It's elite right now. Credit to Matt Eberflus. Look at Gervon Dexter Sr. His growth from rookie year to sophomore year, that's on Matt Eberflus. That is him coaching up the guys, putting them in the right positions in the scheme. Getting Darrell Taylor for a 6th-round pick and getting him into the system and making it work. Credit to Matt Eberflus. Matt Eberflus deserves a ton of credit for how great this defense is playing, the ball hawking, the schemes, the blitzing, the timely blitzing from this team that's really been fun and effective so far early in the season. It's early, but Matt Eberflus, I've been so critical of him before. I have to give him his flowers when they're due. And right now, through 5 games, this defense has been electric, and a lot of that's on Matt Eberflus. So congrats to him and kudos to him. I'm not ready to sign Matt Eberflus to an extension by any means, but I will paint this picture for us as Bears fans. I'm starting to think that Matt Eberflus's ceiling is Sean McDermott. And if I could guarantee right now to all of us as Bears fans that Matt Eberflus becomes Sean McDermott, meaning we win the division the next 5 years in a row after this year, right? Because as soon as Sean McDermott got Josh Allen, rookie year, didn't win the division, and then from there on out, they've won the division with Josh Allen. Rookie year with Caleb Williams, doesn't win the division, but from there on in, they win the division, right? If Caleb Williams is Matt Eberflus's, Josh Allen to Sean McDermott, right now, I think personally, we've seen more from Matt Eberflus, like growing his talent and his defense is balling out, than we've seen consistently from Sean McDermott. And I know it's a smaller sample size for Matt Eberflus compared to Sean McDermott, but I would sign up. I think I would sign up for Sean McDermott in the sense that if you could tell me the Bears, obviously he hasn't won a Super Bowl, he hasn't gotten over the hump for the big game, but if the Bears are winning the division consistently and Matt Eberflus is winning the division year after year and putting his team in a spot to be there against the other great quarterbacks in the NFC, the Matt Staffords, you know what I mean, the Jalen Hurtses, the Jordan Loves, the 49ers team, to where, hey, we're in divisional rounds, we're in conference championship rounds against the Lions, and then it's a toss-up what happens. I'd sign up for that. In our lifetime as Bears fans, we've only seen the Bears make the playoffs 2 back-to-back years once since I've been born in 1990. It's time to change that. Obviously, the goal is Super Bowls, right? That's the end goal. But right now, if you could sign me up for, hey, Matt Eberflus's peak is like consistently winning the division, well then, hell yeah, sign me up and I'm ready to roll with Matt Eberflus. And you hope then that Caleb Williams is special enough to get them over the hump. We're a long ways away from that. I may be calling for Matt Eberflus's head here in the next couple of weeks. I just feel like at this point in time, through 5 games, I want to paint that picture. I also want to give a little shout out and credit to Eberflus and whoever's involved. Maybe it was Ryan Poles, whoever's involved with the Bears. I love that right now as we speak, as I'm filming this Monday night, the Bears are already traveling and in London. They're not waiting to the middle of the week. They're getting to London, getting the time zone thing acclimated, and then having hopefully really good practices and run-throughs on Thursday, Friday, Saturday when they're acclimated to the time zone. I love that they're aggressive in that. It's going to be a big week against the Jaguars in London. They're favorites. Got to win when you're a favorite. This is a neutral site game. I actually think there's probably going to be equal amount of Bears fans as Jags fans there. Bears fans travel really well. I was at the last Bears-London game against the Raiders when Chase Daniel started. Bears fans traveled and showed up to that. I think you're going to see that as well. It's a really big game. Can the Bears go into the bye 4-2? We'll be singing more Eberflus praise if they do, and Caleb Williams as well, the 300-yard passing games. Would love to see another one of those next week. Bear down. Bears are 3-2. Starting to think playoffs. Starting to think positive things about Matt Eberflus. I know the sky is falling. It feels like the winds of change are happening in Chicago along the lakefront. That's what you get when you get good offensive football and to beat up on a really bad team like the Carolina Panthers. We'll see you next week.